What is going on, guys? It is Daniel Wright, and you are here listening to another episode of Paving the Way. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope that your week is off to a fantastic start. Guys, this week, what I got for you, it's, like I tell you all the time, it's always stuff that's relevant, that's top of mind, the things that I'm working on in our company, in our organization, my life, whatever it may be at the time. I try to share that with you guys. As I've told y'all before, I kind of got inspired by doing it more of a, kind of a as life occurs, as opposed to just like load a bunch of content and then just post them all out. Yeah, every now and then I might get it, 2 days ahead or something like that. Normally I do these episodes, the day before they get released. So like right now it's Tuesday, you're seeing this on Wednesday. So I try to keep everything relevant to you guys. Because I believe that you're going to get more genuine, authentic, and passionate information and perspective from me when it's actually something that we're going through in life, right? Not just someone giving me a topic and then I just sit and talk about it. Yes, every now and then things come up. Those of you that know me well know that I can get on a topic out of nowhere and sometimes get extremely passionate and informative about it. So every now and then we get on those rolls. But nonetheless, I try to keep these things relevant to you guys. I also, think it's going to be cool to look back on these one day, whether it's next year or 10 years from now and be like, man, that's where I was at this time of that year or whatever, that stage of my business or my marriage or, my life in general. So like I said, I just like keeping them relevant. I like keeping them fresh. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes when I get on here to record, I have to think about like, all right, what are we going through right now? What are we working on? What's some lessons that I've learned that I can share with individuals, things like that. So just like I said, that's just that reminder that I try to keep this as fresh and as new and as relevant as possible for you guys. So that way you get the best version of me. That being said, we'll go into today's topic on set the standard and hold the line. All right. So like I've told you guys, we've got a lot of developments and things like that kind of happening and coming down the line with our company. And a lot of that's involving really like dialing in our processes, our systems, things like that we do on a day in and day out basis. And, the topic has come up before when discussing these with the members of our team is, what about the human element in it? What about the human factor that this isn't a simulation. This isn't, something that we can just always do it perfect every time and things like that. And today, we just had a meeting with our company today, and we were talking about like our processes and what we do and what we expect and things like that. And I tell everybody, we aim for perfection, but we expect excellence, right? Perfection is doing it perfect 100% of the time, no mistakes, no errors. Well, unfortunately, we live in a world where that is just not possible. Things happen that we can't control, that we can't predict and things like that, right? However, if you expect excellence, and you have a process to follow, and you have an order of operations in which to go to help increase the likelihood of perfection or increase the likelihood of excellence being achieved, then that's going to help you hold those lines, right? So in your life, whatever it is that you do, whether it's your professional life, it's your job, it's your company, whether it's your personal life, it's your home, with your marriage, your kids, your friends, whatever it may be, sometimes you have to be that one. You have to be that one to set the standard and hold the line, right? Because most people want to move the line to wherever's convenient, not keep it at the standard, right? And that's something that I've learned in my life with a lot of people around me is that, whether it's like my fitness, right? People will ask me when we're on vacation, like, well, why do you work out every day? Well, that's my expectation in my life. Have I gotten better now to, if I need to take a day off, spend it with family or recover, things like that? Yes. But generally speaking, I have a standard in my life that I do 45 minutes to an hour of physical activity every day. And that's just what I do. That's my standard that I've created. And I have to be the one to hold that line. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to make me do those things, right? And so my encouragement is that you find those lines that you have to hold. You set those standards in your life, your business, your relationships, whatever it may be, and you hold those lines. What that's going to do is that's going to create you the opportunity to set yourself up as the person in people's lives that they can count on, that they're dependable, that they know that they can turn to you when things are getting crazy, when they have an emergency that comes up and they need someone to help bail them out or whatever it may be, right? From a company standpoint, if you set the standard and hold that line, you're going to create that dependability for your clients, for the people that you work with, for your vendors, whatever those relationships you may have, right? How many times have we dealt with or worked with a contractor or a company or an individual where we're like, man, like he said he was going to be here on Thursday and now he moved it to Friday, then he moved it to Tuesday, and it just keeps getting moved. Well, he clearly doesn't have any standards to hold the line, right? I mean, he's just kind of, flying by the seat of his pants. But if you have a company that every time you show up or they show up for you and you know exactly what you're going to expect or what you're going to get from them, that's going to be a company that you keep going to time and time again. That's going to be an individual that you call on when you need something. When the game is on the line, you're going to go to that person who doesn't negotiate the standards, that they hold to it no matter how they feel, what's going on around them, whatever it may be. So be that person. In basketball, when the game was on the line, they threw it to Michael Jordan. They threw it to Kobe Bryant because they knew that they held the line. They know the standard. They're the ones, shooting buckets after practice is over, before practice begins. They are setting those standards so high and holding that line so tight that they're always dependable. So when you set that standard, when you hold that line, you become the dependable person, the dependable company, the dependable provider, whatever you are for that other person. Okay? So I can't encourage that enough of how important it is, because all people want in life is dependability. In a world that we get so much flake and so much, just people just, living by the seat of their pants and having really no standards or boundaries in which they operate in. It's just, if they feel like it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. In a world that we live in that's so surrounded by that, if you're that person that provides consistency and a steady opportunity in a relationship and standards for those people, they will always come back. I can tell you that some of the people that I love to use for contractors, some of the restaurants that my wife and I like to go eat at, things like that, it doesn't even necessarily always have to be like the highest quality of things or the cheapest price of things. But if I know what I'm going to get, if I know what I can expect, because they have a standard that is set and they hold that line, then I'm going to go back more and more and more again. I'm going to take my friends and family there and show them about that. I'm going to refer them to people when they need when someone needs a recommendation. So when you set those standards, when you hold those lines, you become a foundational pillar for somebody. So for us in the pavement maintenance industry, we become a foundational pillar for our clients for pavement maintenance needs, because they know when they call us, we have a process that gets run the whole time, every job. Whether it's your 20th job with us or whether it's your first job with us, we have a process that we follow. And it's because we want to set you up for success. And we set you up for success by setting ourselves up for success. All right. So it's a never-ending chain of who all gets to benefit from us setting a standard and holding the line. So like I said, guys, that's something that came up today in a conversation as we're kind of rolling out some new things for our company to just really be dotting our I's, crossing our T's, making sure we're good to go for the things coming on the line. And it's just something I felt like I wanted to share with you guys. I know a lot of us are super busy. We're trying to build our companies, build our careers, build our lives, our families, whatever it may be. But take account, take note of the things that you are in charge of setting the standard for. Are they a standard that you feel proud of? Are they a standard that someone else is going to aspire to accomplish and to live up to? And are you holding that line? Are you holding yourself accountable to those standards? Are you holding the people around you accountable to those standards? Because if you're not, the buck stops with you. You're the reason why you're not getting the results that you want. So just take those things into account when you're trying to figure out how to kind of move on to that next stage or figure out why something's not working the way you want it to work. So take it for what you want, set the standard, hold the line. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you guys